Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Marcus and today we're playing more 7 Days to Die. So let's get started. Righty, so we're currently playing in Alpha 19 as of time of this recording. Alpha 20 has already been out for almost a full day now, so this is going to be the last episode we're going to record from this world, or this ordinary one. Which basically means that we can get straight into Alpha 20. So in the last episode we actually did a part 1 of the world tour. This is going to be the part 2. And in that one we took a look at the horde base itself and the main base here. Sort of went over the entire ones, how they laid out all the stuff, how I designed them and things like that. So yeah, in this episode, in the part 2 of that world tour, we're going to go over the entire world itself. So to begin with, let's actually go and take a look at the settings of the world I'm playing on. I'm currently playing this on Insane. We actually started with Nomad and just sort of, as the series progressed, we just sort of took it up. Went Insane. We are playing in 120 minutes, 24-hour cycle. The rest of the stuff here is default. We're playing with 25 or 75% AI blow mid block damage. Just found out that they did a little bit too much damage for the base late game, so we just decided to take that down a little bit. With 200% loot abundance with disabled loot respawn time. That was sort of way up to get on the pay. 32 enemies blobbing count. We initially started with I think 16 and then we went up to 64. And went down again to 32. And we're playing with mark airdrops on. That's also another thing I'd take less on. And for the world tour, I'm going to play with enemy spawning off and cheat mode on. For video settings, this is my display settings. And for quality, I'm playing mostly everything on Ultra, with the exception of a couple ones I just sort of ticked down a little bit. We're playing with bloom, depth field, and motion blur off, as well as sun shafts. And yeah, just normal stuff here. On Horde Nights, I do take it down, most of the stuff down to low though, because we are lagging quite a lot. At the moment, I'm playing sort of around 80 FPS or something. That's of course a little bit on where I am. You can easily go up to all the way up to 200 though in like wilderness, and down to maybe like 60 in the POIs. So the world itself was created on the, I think, well, not the first day, but I think the first version of Alpha 19 Experimental. I don't think it went stable yet. I can't remember though, I might have. And I spawned around here ish. My original crafting table, or my original campfire, as well as the blocks and stuff, is still to be found over here. And this trader over here was the trader I was sent to. As of right now, of course, this is my main base itself, but initially I actually used this house over here as a main base. So this house here is actually the first base I had, right next to the trader here. It's pretty small. I just selected it just because of the size of things. So going into here, I have later cleared it to the whole thing. But I did actually initially start here. And up right here, we got a couple of chests I had initially. First storage thing, had a forge and thing on that. And I also have my very first mine here as well. Can I? Yeah. So plan here was actually to connect this base here with the main base through a underground tunnel here. I started actually to dig in that direction. And I actually got further than this though, so yeah. Take a look at the farm here, I guess now. This is recently actually been expanded quite a lot. It's just right next to the pan here. And it just has a little bit of stuff. A 9x9 of sort of potatoes, aloe vera, mushrooms, pumpkin, chrysanthemum, and coffee. We got one pad there for just the sort of the remaining stuff. And we have one for super corn and one for corn. I actually need quite a lot of super corn, because the horde base takes like 14,000 shotgun shells per horde night, or can at least. So that means we need like more than 10,000 paper. So this is actually can be converted into paper. So yeah, I didn't actually start soon enough though to actually like take advantage of that, unfortunately, but it's at least a possibility. Okay, so next up, let's actually go and discuss the pad here a little bit. So around my two bases here, as you probably can see, there is a gigantic concrete pad. And this pad serves a multitude of purposes. The first one is just visibility. There is about a screamer every 5 minutes that spawn around here, so it's kind of nice actually to see them before they cause too much trouble. And also like roaming hordes and stuff as well, and also hunting animals. The second thing is just, in my opinion, just looks cool as well, as opposed to having like the uneven grass and dirt and grass and stuff as well. And I'm kind of suspecting it might be able to decrease lag. I'm not sure though. It technically has a lot less surfaces to it, I think. Also like a lot less, a lot more defined and a lot less complicated geometry, but I'm not sure if that actually matters though, so that could just be not the case. It's far from finished though. In this corner it's actually finished, but around here it is obviously not finished at all, and while in the horde base it is barely started, so yeah. This took I think about 750,000 concrete mix, which is quite a lot, spoiler. So yeah, we have used a lot of concrete in this series, but it feels worth it though. In Alpha 20 we are definitely going to be building the pad significantly smaller, because we won't actually have two bases, which means that we just need like we just need this bit. We'll still build quite large up, yeah. Let's actually now go and take a look at all of the resources we have mined of this series to achieve something like this. So going around, there's a bunch of like essentially main core or something like that. The primary resource node of the world has been this quarry over here, which there's an entrance to here. This is initially something I found as a iron node, and it's been so branched off later as well. So all of this was iron, all of this was nitrate. I think at least all of this was an iron, and all the way up to here. I think all of this was coal. I think there was more iron over here, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah. That's what makes it like weird little color. Okay. And then all of this was a lead node. And there's of course a lot more ore here as well. Again, I think there's a bit more iron going this way and stuff. It's of course a bunch of nitrate as well. We just found out though, at least primarily the iron, we actually had to go and find a new one. So we actually went over here. This was initially where I got my starter iron from that base, because it's just at the backyard of my base here. So I dug this quarry here. There is a iron node over, right? Yes. There's a iron node at the back of here. Or actually, is that nitrate? I think there's a nitrate. There's a nitrate node there. There's an iron node in the middle here. There's a lead node here. Another lead node here. I think more nitrate or something. And then going down here, all of this was solid iron and gravel. All of this as well. And of course all of this, there's a wall here, and this actually goes all the way down to bedrock. So that's that. That was not enough, so I started this hole here as well, which is more iron. I think there's some coal here, and there's also a lead node. This just sort of goes in here. There's a even connects to a POI even. And there's also an underground connection to this other one here. And then later, lastly, we actually went over here to get some more iron as well, which also connects up to a POI as well. Yeah, I think most of it was iron, or there might have been some nitrate or something as well. Yeah, nitrate too. And it just goes all the way down there. That was also not enough, so we also have a little bit of a node over here, not too large, this one. This was a iron node, although it for some reason just randomly stopped. So there's not that much over here actually. There's about coal and nitrate as well as lead as well. Yeah, I actually really like this one. There's multiple different types of ore in one quarry, which means you can build or create a quite large hole. So in this quarries, I haven't actually mined really a single block of stone at all. It is all pure ore and gravel. And so yeah. And in terms of gravel, I also mined out like the road here as well and some other stuff. I don't think there's any more actual... Alright, so there's one more. This is the last one. So again, we got more iron here. I think this entire top thing here was all solid iron. So all of this was solid iron, although I think there might be some lead there too. And it sort of just goes down here. Goes down here and all of this as well. So all of this is just solid iron, and there's also some more coal here started as well. So yeah. In other words, I have mined quite a lot of resources. And lastly is actually down at the sand quarry here. This is all where I've gotten more than half the sand. Also, I found this a bit of a bug. Why do zombies spawn here? Playing with some enemies off. You literally like, it's literally illegal for you to spawn, and yet you do. Well. So this is actually where I got all of my shale from. There's a shale node right here. Solid shale. Yeah, like, you aren't supposed to spawn. Why do you spawn? This is all shale. And also another zombie? Yeah, it's weird. And also this here is also all shale. And I think, yeah, this is also all shale. So, mined quite a lot of shale here. Consumed, how much are there? At least 1 million gas cans. Might be more though. This is also shale sand. And all of this is sand as well. Now, you can see basically where there's no grass. This looks like sand. Unfortunately, it's sandstone though, and whilst there used to be an actual sandstone block in the game, this is just stone. So now for 16 and below, there was an actual sandstone block that sort of covered this place, but that was removed and replaced with stone. Unfortunately, it has the same sand texture though, so it's really annoying to like find, you know, like where have I dug and where haven't I dug. So this is actually still sand. Like here. I think it's the stone. So. It's really annoying. There's a bunch of ore and stuff here, which so that's thing. So if I spawn next to a desert in Alpha 20, I will definitely be mining out the desert as opposed to like start coring other places. Because I don't really care about this place at all. So yeah. So we'll definitely try to do that. The last place which is sort of been dug because of resources is the Wasteland Clearing Project. So a little bit ago, I actually started this project here, which is just the purpose of essentially just clearing out all the crushed stone in the wasteland. Which is primarily for fun. It turned out to actually be quite a lot of fun as well. Digging crushed stone for some reason is really sort of mesmerizing. But it turned out to be a pretty decent source of sand. Obviously a desert is still better, but if you don't have a desert, crushed stone is definitely a good second option. Also, it turns out that actually crushed stone so because you get both sand and also stone from this, it turns out that it is almost a sort of a 1-to-1 ratio between mining crushed stone and to craft concrete mix. Because you get roughly twice as much stone as you get sand from it. So, right. No, sorry, 3 times. And you need, I think you need exactly 3 times so much stone as you need sand, because you need both for the cement as well as the concrete mix itself, or the stone in the concrete mix, and you also need for cement. So it's actually a perfect ratio of concrete mix. So this could all be turned into concrete mix in other words. It's 2 blocks deep, so I just sort of just dug out everything. And yeah, oh, this actually took me quite a long time, and this took me like 4 in-game days, so 8 hours of mining. So it's definitely slow, but it was a lot of fun doing it though. So I will definitely be doing this a lot sooner in Alpha 20. Just because it's such a good source of resources. Also, of course, it's also like random iron nodes and stuff like that scattered around the place as well. So it's another good source of just resources. So yeah, cool. It's also a pretty good source of trees as well, because the trees here are actually a lot more dense than in forests. So, yeah, cool. So let's actually go and take a look at the stuff we have looted in this series. So to begin with, the sort of the primary village here, or city, has been more or less looted completely through. Not very many buildings which remain unlooted. And a lot of them has also been clear looted. So clear looting is just basically a sort of a concept I came up with, which just means going into POIs and just taking apart everything of value. So as you can see, I've demolished, dismantled everything. So like all ceiling lights, something like that, TVs, everything wrenchable. Because I play with loot respawn off, that means I can take apart all loot containers. And all loot containers have been taken apart in this POI, except those. And yeah, that of course means we get a lot of parts that you get from wrenching, and also just like they just look cooler in my opinion as well, or cleaner. So yeah, used like this for quite a long time. I can't remember exactly when I came up with it, but yeah, I guess it was the first one's Alpha 12, I think. But yeah. There are some justifications for doing it. You definitely get a lot of resources that way. And yeah, it's just a little bit of fun to do in my opinion. So yeah. So in terms of this place, there's a couple notable POIs which are remaining, like that one for example, as well as the little apartment block behind there. I think there's more things over here as well. I think there are some which have been reset, if I'm not mistaken. Some other random stuff here as well. I haven't had time to clear loot everything though, but most of them have been looted. So that's that. Secondly, this town over here, I haven't done too much, but I went into a couple of the POIs here. Or actually, no, sorry, it's actually only the water treatment works. Right, I haven't actually wanted to do any others, I think. But yeah, I went into the sawmill over here. Sawmill over here. I went to the high school over here. And just as a random like scattered ones, there's a store here, there's a bank somewhere I went into, and some other random stuff. And this city here is almost completely clear looted as well. So this entire block right here All the POIs here have been looted. The vast majority of them has been clearly looted. We looted the 2 dumpsters here and just a bunch of other random stuff. So yeah, that was the last project we worked on in here. Some POIs that just have been completely dismantled as well, like this one right here is a ruined home which just completely got collapsed. So yeah, and there's another couple ones too. Can't remember where they are though. Over here. There. So that's that. One thing we've been needing to force a lot of is cars. So I have taken apart every single car in this town except I think one, or there might be a couple other ones too. There's one there. Most of the ones from here. Most of the one from this town here, as well as a little bit into this town along the road here. A little bit from this one as well. And a bit from the wasteland as well as the roads and stuff. So yeah, so we're taking part of a lot of cars we needed for especially the engines. Those new mechanical parts are also nice to have. I think that's basically it, to be honest. Not too much exploring actually. We just explored a little bit of the burnt forest, a little bit of the wasteland itself. Explored most of the forest biome. A bit missing area, and there's a little bit of the actual like snow biome here. And just barely touched the desert. Yeah. I have of course been flying though, so I've been able to see how like the terrain and stuff looks though. So yeah. I got some weird bugs here though. We got snow trees in the desert. These are actually snow trees as well. So that is a bug with some item ideas got messed up or mixed up. So yeah. So we have been able to find a couple towns. There's one over here somewhere. Over there. There is a town, as you can see. I think there's one over here as well. Maybe not. No. You can see the coastline. That line there is actually the world border. So. Yeah. Anyways, let's actually go back to the main base now, and we'll actually take a look at all the items we have. Just a quick look for in the finale we actually went into high detail for like every single box, but here we will go a little bit just quicker though. So I'm actually going to go and open all of the boxes kind of quickly, and you can just sort of pause what you want to see. The right side boxes here are actually all unused because they're just overflow ones. So rotting flesh, bone, glue, wood, loads of gas, shale, oil, leather, polymer, plant fiber, paint and cloth, mechanical parts, electrical parts, duct tape, springs, acid, headlights, and military fiber. And for ammo, 762, 762 armor piercing rounds, 9mm, quite a lot of that actually. Magnum rounds, shotgun shells, feathers, arrows and crossbow bolts, miscellaneous ammo, and explosive stuff. Got some random stuff on me. We have 2 boxes of stone here. Full box of batteries. All the vehicle stuff. We're missing only the motorcycle, and we have all the vehicles. For our valuables, these are nearly 500,000 dukes, plus we have like, these are 20,000 each, and this is like 48,000, this is 16,000, so that's 30,000, and this is another 40,000. So yeah. Box of just spare dies. all of the mods we have, extra armor stuff and clothing, tools, weapons. I'm saving one of every level 6 item in the game, or at least trying to collect that. Random iron stuff. Just random miscellaneous stuff, so all the seeds, challenges, treasure maps, things like that. All the parts. Half a box of clay. 3 boxes of stuff to sell. A box of rebar, and also the concrete. Miscellaneous blocks as well as items for workstations. Box full of concrete mix. Miscellaneous medical items. Painkillers, first aid kits, and first aid bandages. And then medical ingredients. And then also the stuff over here also has items as well. So another box of clay, another box of clay. We actually have 4 boxes of clay over here. Bunch of coal, a bunch of random brass stuff, bunch of bullet casings, bunch of paper, full box of gunpowder plus another half one, a half box of buckshot, bunch of bullet tips, bunch of lead, bunch of nitrate, another box of clay, another 2 boxes of clay, and a little bit of iron. Not just in here. And in here we have a box of stone, another box of stone, box of cement, another box of cement, another box of stone, and another box of stone, and a little bit of sand. Cool. So that's all the items we have. We have actually over the past couple of episodes went and just brought all the chests we have around the map and just brought them back to base. So for example, the ones which were over here to actually, or to related to clearly in this place. And just random boxes around the place. Well, also all the drops has been taken. So yeah. Items for me, this is my loadout. It's more or less fully modded up. Too much about saying there. Have a full set of level 6 steel armor. And I'm level 300, which is max level. This means we have 24 skill points available, and we have spec'd into every skill available. So you can see all of them are, has the arrow check mark on them. For all of them. Even charisma, which is multiplayer only. Completely useless in single player, but whatever. And these are all of the books we have. So there's one which we only have 507, and there's a couple ones. Just 5 we are missing one from. So we're missing 7 books in total. But just haven't been able to find them. And for schematics, we have about 2/3 of the mud schematics, and I think most of the other ones, but we're still missing a bunch of them. So all of these mods here which are locked are actually things we are missing. I don't think you can just spell locked, right? No. Okay. Anyway, so that's actually it. Yeah, for basically the world itself. In fact, enough. It's for Alpha 19, almost at least. I'm gonna make one more video, which is gonna be basically a recap of the Horde base. Talk about what went wrong and what went right with that base, and talk about the plans for Alpha 19 or 20. Yeah. That show has been released like a month ago though, so yeah. Anyways guys, hope you liked the video, hope you liked the series. If you did, please leave a like, and as always, thanks for watching, have a nice day, and goodbye. See you all in Alpha 20.